Imagine having a month's worth of protein ready in a day, plus a homemade super broth that turns basic ramen into a high protein, nutritious meal for pennies. Today, I'm showing you how to batch prep chicken legs to save time and money, and I'll show you the simple hack I use to make that broth a nutritional powerhouse. You won't believe how much flavor we get out of these simple ingredients. Let's get into it.
I have a whole bag of chicken legs that I got from the food bank, and my mom just found me a recipe that can cook them starting when they're actually completely frozen in the crock pot for 4 hours. And then we're gonna shred up that meat, put it back in the freezer, and then we'll just have cooked chicken for the rest of the month, and I don't have to worry about it. This thing is super, super heavy. I think that this has gotta be close to like 10 pounds if I had to take a guess. Like, this could be a whole freaking workout in and of itself. I'm just concerned that they're not going to completely fit in my crock pot, but we shall see. Now, something that does make cleanup with a crock pot a lot easier is getting one of those boxes of the liners. You don't need to do this, and this is an extra added expense, but if you're somebody that is really short on time for a lot of your life, like me, I'm in a really busy season. I have my little toddler man right here. These make cleanup just a breeze. They just kind of wrap around the inner part of your crock pot, and they're pretty good at staying put, so you don't have to worry about them coming undone. And I find that so far, I've used these a handful of times. I have had no rips or any leakage or anything, so these do work. It's just like, again, another added expense. Okay, we're just gonna see. Okay, it is way too big for my crock pot. I guess we're gonna have to wait for it to kind of thaw. I'm gonna kind of let it do that in the crock pot. Hopefully that's okay. And then start mixing it together, because like, wow, that is so many chicken legs. No, baby, we don't want to touch that.
The seasonings for this recipe are really easy and very accessible. It's just 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of pepper, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. And then I like to use better than bouillon paste mixed with 1 cup of water, but you can also just use bouillon cubes. We are literally filled to the brim of chicken legs. So let's see if this actually cooks down in 4 hours on low. If not, I'll adjust the time, but this entire crock pot is full of these things. So the amount of chicken that I had took way longer than 4 hours. I had to put it back on this morning around 7:30, and it's almost 1 o'clock right now. I have the setting on low. It smells so good. I'm gonna temp check it, but these are looking beautiful. And I'm hoping that maybe I can even cook down some of the bones and the skin to make broth, and also freeze that too. I make sure to pull every bit of meat off these bones while they're still warm. Doing this now just means that I have ready to eat protein for salads, tacos, or even upgrading ramen that I'm going to eat in tonight's video. It takes 5 minutes now, but it honestly just saves me 20 minutes of stress during the midweek rush or later at the end of the month. A quick tip, if you're using this for ramen, I like to keep the pieces a bit larger so they don't get lost in the noodles. But if I'm making chicken salad, I'll shred it a bit finer. And then just having these separate piles ready to go just makes me feel so much more organized and more apt to immediately use them. Did you know that you can just add a whole bunch of things to ramen to make it more healthy? Like whatever vegetables you have on hand, you can even add in some soft-boiled eggs and meat, whatever you can, just to use up with what you got. As I'm wrapping up this video, I just want to put this in here. We just crossed a little over 350 subscribers, and I am completely shocked. I never thought that any of my content would ever really reach it far, or that people would find it relatable or helpful or just, nice to watch. I am still pretty small, but seriously, every single one of you, it really means a lot that this kind of content is interesting to you or helpful or just makes you feel less alone. The whole point of me kind of doing this was just to see, A, could I really find people that were like-minded like me, and B, could it be of value? There is so many different creators out there, and honestly, there's not a lot of originality anymore in the world. And I'm just really thankful that other people out there have seen what I've put out and that have related to it. and have given me so many different suggestions and your life experiences and your stories. I am definitely keeping a little arsenal of all the recipes and different ways to make food to bring out, especially during the fall, because I'm going to be back being a solo parent for a couple of months. And I'm going to need to be a little bit more creative on the food side. So I just want to put this in here and just say thank you so much. I can't believe that I'm actually growing and that people, want to watch me. And I just am really shocked, and I'm really excited to see as I continue doing this and more and more people come and show up in the comments or just watch or, put in your 2 cents on life, especially right now, that I'm really excited to see where this all goes. And hopefully we can continue to keep growing because I have found this really enjoyable. It's definitely helped me get more perspective on life instead of being so in my head about things. So thank you to every one of you. I really appreciate it. I took all of the juices from the crock pot and put them through a mesh strainer to just get out all of the extra chunks and everything, and got all of the rendered fat and also just all the good stuff that can be added into like soups and stews, anything to kind of give a little bit of flavor. And what I like to use are like silicone molds. The only reason why I have the specific brand of the like super cubes is because I found these at my Goodwill. There are so many options at thrift stores for silicone molds that you don't need to go out and like really buy those retail. And if you're somebody that definitely likes to collect everything that you get from making a big batch prep, such as like doing meat, this is a great way for you to store that over time so you can just use it when you're making stuff down the road. And luckily I ended up actually getting, so these are, each portion here is worth a half cup. So I ended up getting 3 cups, I believe, in this. And then I also got an additional 3 cups that we added into the ramen just to add a little bit more sustenance and flavor. And that all came from like probably over 10 pounds of chicken legs. And that is how you turn a simple pack of chicken legs into a month of high protein meals and a broth that actually nourishes. If you have a different way you like to upgrade your ramen, drop it in the comments. I'm always looking for new ideas for our next grocery run or food bank visit. We also ended up getting 5 sandwich bags chock full of chicken meat. Seriously, I am so glad I have this ready to go when I'm going to need it the most. If you missed my last video on how we're overcoming the stigma of food bank visits, you can catch that right here. Thanks for being part of this mindful journey with me, and I'll see you in the next one.